Psychological fact about timing. First is time slow when you wait, fast when you are late, deadly when you are sad, short when you are happy, endless when you are in pain, long when you are poor. Be the same person privately, publicly, and personally. Psychology says eating chocolate while studying helps the brain retain a new information and it linked to a higher test score. Psychology says girls usually don't maintain eye contact with the person they love. Psychology says when you become very dangerous, when you learn to control your feelings. Psychology says a kiss can be 10 times more effective than morphine in reducing pain as it thought that it activates a natural painkiller. Psychology says the mood where you are irritated by everything indicates that you are missing someone or something. Psychology says no matter how angry you get, you will always forgive the people you love. Psychology says not all risks are the same. The same person can fearlessly jump with a parachute, but be afraid of his boss or the train trackers, but feel embarrassed when talking to a pretty woman. An important advice: if you want to grow as a man, don't announce anything before it's officially done. The worst prison in the world is at a home without peace. Be careful who you marry or you fall in love with. Psychology says people who run late are more creative and successful. Girls who apply lipstick every day should be careful because lipstick contains cadmium element which can cause stomach tumor and the kidney disease. Psychology says a kiss can be 10 times more effective than morphine in reducing pain as it thought that it indicates a natural painkiller. Psychology says about 50% of the people had a crush on the same one who was already in a relationship. Psychology says you will get more benefit by giving. Applies to both time and money. Thanatophobia is a fear of losing someone you love. Psychology says distance doesn't matter when roots of your relationship are strong. Psychology says if you ever notice the people who often end up alone are those who love too much, care too much, and are too gentle and kind. Psychology says cuddling will put a woman into a peaceful state of mind. It can even reduce the stress and strengthen her heart. Psychology says for 90% of the women, being kissed on her neck by their partners is the most favorite thing in her life. Psychology says a man can be happy with any woman as long as he does not love her. Psychology says never leave a true relationship for a few faults. Nobody is perfect, nobody is correct, and in the end, affection is always greater than perception. Psychology says most women that were attention seekers in their young age reported that they were used, most of the relationships are found. It is hard to get true love. Psychology says some people get mature before their age because life shows them the worst side of the world at an early stage of life. Psychology says not getting enough sleep and being hungry are the biggest reason for being angry. Psychology says mentally talking to yourself during tasks is actually a good way to keep yourself focused. Psychology says a single night of poor sleep can make you 60% more reactive to negative emotions the next day. Psychology says love doesn't hurt. If it does, it is because you have given your heart to a wrong person. Psychology says females have twice as many pain receptors on their body than male, but much higher tolerance than males. A recent study found that women need at least 30 minutes more sleep than men. This is because women are more complex brain and thus the ability to multitasking. Psychology says women are more attracted to the men who pay attention, someone who remembers details about them without having to be reminded. Psychology says adults who use smartphones for more than 6 hours per day are more likely to face moderate depression, mood swings, and anger issues that affect their personal life. Psychology says babies tend to look more at attractive faces and less at unattractive faces. Psychology says people who regularly help others are significantly happier and less likely to become depressed as they get older. Psychology says men often prefer younger looking women and women usually prefer older looking men. Psychology says daytime naps improves memory and cut the risk of the heart attack. Psychology says quiet people are actually talkative around the right person. Psychology says women mature faster than men. That's why most women are more attracted to men who are older at the age to them. Gametophobia is a fear of the marriage, relationship, or the commitment. Psychology says women need more sleep than men because they use their brain more. Psychology says time heals everything is not always true. You just learn to accept and hide emotions.